Giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem HaKadosh. Send double honors to our apostles and elders, every great millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's hopeful elect. This will be number 26 if you thought you got away. In this case, we'll be referring to the guy on the screen who I will just acknowledge as Antiochus IV, also known as Antiochus Epiphanes. I will not say his name. What he did was they went around short and he clipped this, and that's what sparked me to go ahead and do a lesson on it. So this is redacted.
He steals software from people and puts his name on it. He was caught vaccines pushed on these populations around the world. Foundation, GAVI. Which is Gates Vaccine Alliance, which pushes vaccines in low-income countries, again, all over the continent of Africa. So then today we learned that two of RFK Jr.'s picks invariably head up, it seems. But now they're kicked out, so RFK Jr. chose Stephanie Spear and Aaron Siri to sit on Kennedy's Vaccine Safety Board. They are renowned for their unwavering commitment to revealing the truth about vaccine side effects, on spreading vaccine truth and transparency. Well, according to reports overnight, they were reportedly stripped of their advisory roles because of their positions on vaccine safety.
So I'm going to play on that. So just remember what he said about the low income areas. So redacted, like as you can see, they just did even another video as I'm doing this video. Their most recent video is right here. Now I don't know if they're just taking their live and then snipping it into videos, which is what they could be doing. I'm not sure, or they could be expounding further on what they're already talking. But and that's just something you only understand if you put your hand to the plow and you teaching 100% truth. You can experience what it is that we go through. It is frustrating, but we understand why. The power lies within the scriptures. The power lies within the book. The power is the book. The power is the words of the Lord, the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I would like to read that. The book of Ephesians 6 verse 17, and take the helmet of salvation, not carnal, they're spiritual, because we're reading the book. The scriptures is dangerous, but these people, they can do videos on it, but we can't. We have to speak in code and whatnot. That's what we have to go through. That's why we understand what's coming next. So the next video I'm going to play. Now this video was done over 12 years ago. It's about the Georgia Guidestones.
As we finally made it. Danny, come here. Danny, come here. Finally, how many years have we been waiting to get to this place? The famous Georgia Guidestones. I mean, this is fucking really spooky, really tell you the truth. I mean, it's really cool. As you can see, these are all solid granite slabs, which I was in the granite industry, and this is a bitch to set these things, I'm going to tell you right now. This costs a lot of money to cut these things and to do this. Alright guys, check this out. There's a time capsule that's built 6 feet. Alright, here we go. Maintain humanity under 500 million. So, how many people we gotta kill? We're going to kill a lot of people. But Monsanto's doing a good job. Maybe Monsanto's doing a good job. Maybe they did this.
Monsanto, maybe they did this.
Who knows? But they want to kill plenty of people. We just know they're killing a lot of people. Improving fitness and diversity. Okay. Well, that's eugenics. So who's the head of eugenics right now?
This guy, Epiphanes IV, didn't come on. His name didn't come really out until like the 2016 and 2017. Leading up into 2019, you know what happened during that time, which literally exposed more about them, and that just shows you that they're more on, they got their foot on the pedal, and that's when through the spirit, through the scriptures, I believe that's who this guy is. He's Epiphanes the fourth, and as you just heard what they said on Redacted, this man is continually, his name constantly get brought up, and he constantly getting more and more higher up. So it's got to be this. This is what I believe. It's got to be this guy. The Bible. All the spirits of people of today have been here once before and many times. That includes us. So the spirits are recycled. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, it says, the thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. And that includes men. Ecclesiastes chapter. And that which is to be have already been. And Yahweh required that which is past. And Ecclesiastes 6 verse 10 says, that which hath been is named already, and it is known that he reneweth the face of the earth, as the book of Psalms says, by sending spirits back to play out their judgment or their roles every 3 to 4 generations through understanding of the Holy Scriptures. And since we're at the end of days, we're at the end of times, we believe that a lot of the Caesar, I'm leaning more towards Nero because Nero was one of the final Caesars left before Rome fell. We calling out certain individuals that are through the spirit. We could say like these people are back here today. These Roman Caesars are back today. Well, when you read the book of Maccabees and in the history, there is a man known as there's a family. How do you say? There's a family known as Antiochus and Epiphanes. And I pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the same like manner bring that same judgment upon the same man again. Let me play 2 more clips for you. Now, if you actually just type in Georgia Guidestones on Google, this video actually comes up. Well, you know what?
There's all sorts of diseases that get transmitted through mosquito bites, dengue, yellow fever,
mosquito
malaria.
bites,
It's a very
dengue, yellow
tragic
fever,
thing. There's one
malaria.
type
It's a
of
very
mosquito
tragic thing. There's one type of mosquito, anopheline, that is the only mosquito that carries this malaria parasite. And if we could decimate the population of that mosquito, kids would not get infected hardly at all. And in fact, if we go and find the infected kids and treat them, then eventually malaria goes away.
Don't have any sick kids.
And don't have any sick kids. You save not only those lives, but it improves the living conditions there. We have to reduce that mosquito population in order to get rid of malaria.
So this was done in August of 2024. It sounds harmless, right? Sounds noble. No? Well, this video here that he done, as it was titled, does saving more lives lead to overpopulation?
In this year's annual letter, Melinda and I
In this
take
year's
the
annual letter,
toughest questions
Melinda
we
and
get
I
asked
take the
and give our
toughest
answers.
questions we get asked
One that's
and
come
give
up
our
for a long
answers.
time is,
One
as
that's
we
come
make
up
the
for a
world
long
healthier,
time is,
the
as we make
population
the world
that gets so
healthier,
big,
is the population that gets so
feeding
big
everybody and maintaining
that
the
feeding
environment
everybody and
is going to be
maintaining the
impossible.
environment
Here
is
we
going
can
to be
see a
impossible.
chart that
Here we
looks
can
at
see
the
a
total
chart that
world
looks at the
population
total
over the last
world
several hundred
population
years.
over
And
the
at
last
first
several
glance,
hundred
this
years.
is a bit scary.
And at
We
first
go from
glance,
less than
this
a
is a
billion
bit
in
scary. We
1800,
go from
and
less
then
than a
3,
billion
4,
in
5,
1800,
6,
and then 3, 4,
7.4 billion where we
5,
are
6,
today
and
is
7.4
happening
billion where we
even
are today
faster.
is happening
So Melinda
even
and I wondered
faster.
whether providing
So Melinda
new
and I
medicines
wondered whether
and keeping
providing
children
new
alive, would that
medicines
create
and keeping
more
children
of a
alive,
population
would that
problem?
create more
What
of
we
a
found
population
out
problem?
is that as health
What we
improves,
found out is
families
that as
choose
health
to have less
improves,
children.
Families choose to have less children.
This effect is very, very
this
dramatic.
effect is very,
we find that
very
in every
dramatic.
country of the world,
We find
this
that in
is
every
repeated.
country of the world,
that
this
population
is
growth goes
repeated.
down as we improve
The
health.
population growth
So
goes
we've
down
taken
as
that
we
chart
improve health.
that shows
So we've taken that chart
global population
that shows
growth,
the
and we've
global
actually
population
extended
growth.
it out all
And
the
we've
way
actually
to
extended it out
2100.
all the way to
And we can see that instead of
2100.
continuing,
And we
it
can
actually
see that
flattens
instead of
out.
continuing,
Another way to
it
see that
actually
is
flattens
through
out.
this rate
Another way
of
to see that is
population
through
growth. And you
this
can see that
rate
in the
of
60s,
population growth.
that
And you can
reached
see
a
that in the
pretty high
60s,
number, over 2%
that reached a
per
pretty
year.
high number, over
And it's
2%
now come
per
way,
year.
way down.
And it's now come
Now,
way,
11
way
billion people
down.
still a lot, but
Now,
the good
11
news
billion
is
people
that
still
the
a lot,
faster we
but the
improve
good
health,
news is that the faster we improve
family
health,
size goes
the
down.
faster
And
family
so we
size
can feel
goes
great
down.
about
And so
saving
we
those
can feel
lives.
great about saving those lives.
Now, does that sound like to you someone who's interested in preventing people from dying? There's many more things I could show you. I can't. You just have to do the research yourself. But here's one thing you should know. As of today in America, all right, Epiphanes IV is the largest farm owner in the States. Says he has over 250 to 250,000 acres of productive farm ground spread over 17 states. Farmland. And when you see or you hear the stories about egg farms catching on fire, chicken farms catching on fire, just know that that's not on accident. And you see what he's trying to push, right? GMOs and non-food that doesn't exist, that isn't real, such as plastic and eat bugs and so forth. And he's getting higher up in the seat of authority in this wicked ass society, so that shows you that this guy, he's a real special devil, and his name constantly gets brought up. So that's why I believe and confirmed through the spirit that guy is definitely one of a wicked man brought back in his lot. And I believe he's Epiphanes IV. So if you read the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 9, it says, about that time came Antiochus. This is Antiochus IV, also known as Antiochus Epiphanes. It says, about that same time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, whereupon the multitude running to defend themselves with their weapons, put them to flight. And so it happened to Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame. Now when he came to Ecbatana, news was brought him what happened unto Nicanor and Timothy. Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot men to drive without ceasing, to dispatch the journey. The judgment of Yahweh now following him, for he hath spoken proudly in this sort, that he will come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews. But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner part. You see? So he got hit with a plague of the inward part. Now, if you know that man's history, Epiphanes IV, and today, he has an infatuation with birth control, needles, I'm going to say it like that. He also has a mosquito program. They have a big mosquito thing in Colombia where they're making millions of mosquitoes a day. And he's telling you openly of what they're planning on doing with them so they can go out and bite you. And for your health, give you something that you need, right, involuntarily. He has an infatuation with controlling you and controlling people. And his infatuation is controlling what goes on inside your bodies. Like I said, birth control, chips, all those things. And at the same time, you have Elon Musk, who is pushing what? Neuralink. Now, what you have to understand is all of these men, including Nero, Trump, they're all set up on the left-hand side by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, to do his bidding. The Lord already prophesied of the evil times to come. If you have the spiritual eye, you can see exactly what's coming to pass through the understanding of the scriptures. All these men were set up and appointed to do what it is they're going to do. They all have the same thing in mind, the same thing in interest. If you listen to what the WEF have been saying, they're all saying the same thing. And at the same time, this guy is getting higher and higher in the position of authority on what they would say global health for everybody on the planet. Taking people out the way, moving him in. So he's basically being inserted in as the doctor of the world. That's what they're trying to do. And the doctor over you all, right? So let's keep going. Let's read it again. But the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner part. And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. You see, this man was known for experimenting on people and tormenting other people. So he had a sick mind. So the Lord just repaid him of the same thing that he does the others. Do you see the connection? That's why through the Spirit I believe that guy is Epiphanes the Fourth, because it's clearly telling you that this man, right, got his just judgment because he was known for experimenting and torturing and killing people by experimenting with them with their bowels and strange torments, man. And that's what brings me to that conclusion as to why I believe that man is who he is. And you just notice I just noticed over years, I said this guy keep being brought up and keep being brought up. Okay, he just constantly being mentioned, and he's moving higher and higher in the authority ranks. He gotta be a real special, uniquely special devil. And reincarnation is biblical, so that's why I believe who he is. And you've been called out, because like I said, they took down at least 8 or 10 videos I've done just calling them out. So that's just for me personally how I know, like, yeah, this guy about to make some moves. He about to get higher up in the ranks, so to speak. And pretty soon he's going to be calling the shots. And lo and behold. So let's keep going. It says, howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding to haste his journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained. And thus he that a little forethought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in the balance, and was now cast on the ground, and carried in a horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest of the power of Yahweh. So you see how proud this man was. He thought he could command the waves of the sea, and he can weigh the high mountains in the balance. What's the mindset of this guy here? Playing God on the earth. Using one of the Lord's creations or creatures as a way for him to play God on the earth. Right? To do what? Control people. And did not these guys already call that out like over 12 years ago? Do you think that's a coincidence? This is a special demon. This is a uniquely special wicked Edomite right here, man. Proud. They want to play God. And the Lord has all these devils in that position. And they're all looking to do what? Play God. Play the Most High. Play Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because just like Paul said, it was going to be an appointed time where, as this caption here says, man of lawlessness, where this man of perdition would be revealed. And that appointed time is now. 2 Thessalonians, and we'll get back to that, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he as Yahweh sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is Yahweh. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you I told you these things? And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved. This man Esau Edom, this is the appointed time where he was being exalted, exposed as the son of perdition, the man who thinks he can be Yahweh and sit on the seat. That's this man Esau Edom, the one responsible for the destruction of the world and families. That's this man. Those Georgia Guidestones weren't erected for no reason. It's just a mystery. Nobody knows how they got there. And they put 10 laws on there because they're trying to mimic the Most High. They're trying to put their laws, their 10 commandments on stone. Yeah. It's being all found out. Let's keep going. Back in 2 Maccabees, it says, verse 9, so that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and while he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. And the man that thought a little afore he could reach the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink. He therefore being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride, and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of Yahweh, his pain increasing every moment. And for the interest of time, I'll drop there, but he goes on. The Lord plagued him so much he realized that he was just a man and that his pride deceived him. And the Lord even caused him to write, blessed be the Jews, the God of Israel. But the Lord still didn't spare him, and he still took him out. And I pray Yahweh Shem Yahshua in likewise manner give him that same judgment. The book of Psalms 10, and it's talking about the wicked. Verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. Remember, what is his criminal actions known for occurring at in what they would call poor or lower developed countries? People who are defenseless. Privately set against the poor, and his eyes are set once more still on the Israelites. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth to humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's what he's doing. He's saying, oh, we're trying to stop people from dying. But he just told you out of his own mouth, and how he views people populating to him is quote unquote scary. But at the same time, he's trying to help you. Is that what you believe? He has said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. And that's why he's moving proudly the way he is, because he believes he's untouchable. And he's preying on the poor because the rich view the poor as defenseless. One with no shepherd. One with no one to plead their cause. Proverbs 26, verse 24 says, he that hateth disassembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Don't believe anything he says when he says that he's trying to develop cow, or when he's trying to develop meat and bugs, all these things that are healthy for you. He wants to destroy you, just like he wanted to destroy the Jews, the Israelites, back then. And he's seeking to do the same thing today. And you see how he's slowly creeping up into the ranks so that he can dictate what happens in the near future, simultaneously saying that cows are dangerous to the planet, they need to go. Simultaneously, all of a sudden, shall I say, there are train derailments poisoning water supplies of people who live off the grid. Chicken farms and all these farms are catching on fire, surprisingly. All these things are happening while his investment grows, and now he's all about investing in what? Providing health to the people. So you've been called out through the Spirit. Your moves, you've been called out, and we know who you are. And I pray Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the same like manner bring the same judgment to this guy in the same like manner. Lord's will. With that, shalom.